explained that trading in these areas contributes to the deterioration of road infrastructure, has emphasized that sand selling is strictly permitted at licensed mining sites where customers can purchase the material. Traders to comply with this directive. Failure to do so will result in confiscation of materials, imposition of penalties, and possible prosecution.
Wishes to remind all sand traders to adhere to the 30-day ultimatum issued on 27th July 2025, telling them to cease trading from road reserves by the month end of August 2025. This directive was in response to the legal practice of conducting business on road reserves, which are, designated for future road expansions and not for commercial activities such as, sand trading. Trading in these areas contributes highly to the deterioration of road infrastructure and, poses serious risks to motorists and pedestrians where accidents are concerned. Sand selling is strictly permitted only at, licensing mining sites where.
And in another development, the Lusaka City Council has reported a fire incident involving a Marco Polo bus belonging to Power Twos, which occurred in the early hours of Friday in the Zanmoni area along the Great North Road. According to LCC Assistant Public Relations Manager Bulumba Nyambe, the council received an emergency call at 04:15 hours and the fire brigade responded promptly, arriving at the scene by 04:20 hours. Mr. Nyambe says the bus was en route from the Lusaka Intercity Bus Terminus to Nakonde, carrying 76 passengers when it caught fire. The driver, identified Mr. Mwape, managed to safely evacuate all passengers with the help of bystanders. In a bid to ensure their safety and limit further damage, Mr. Mwape drove the burning vehicle to a nearby workshop. However, upon arrival at the reported evacuation point, the fire brigade could not immediately locate the bus as it had already been moved. After further investigation, the vehicle was discovered several meters away at the workshop. No injuries or fatalities have been reported, although the bus was severely damaged by the fire.
Initially could not locate the bus at the reported evacuation point as it had been moved to the workshop. And following further investigation, the vehicle was found several meters away from the original location. Fortunately enough, no casualties have been recorded in the incident, although the bus was severely burnt. We therefore wish to, commend the swift and courageous actions taken by the driver and the assisting individuals, which ensured the safe evacuation of all passengers. We also recommended for thorough investigation to determine the origin cause of the fire, assess compliance with fire safety regulations, and identify any contributing factors. We remain committed as the Council to public safety and will continue to strengthen emergency response mechanisms and promote fire safety awareness across the site.
The Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security has commenced the digitalization of services under the Department of National Registration, Passport and Citizenship to safeguard data and improve access to information. Permanent Secretary Dixon Matembo announced that the initiative, being implemented in collaboration with Smart Zambia, has begun with the computerization of systems, cards, passports, and citizenship documentation. He said the program is aimed at modernizing service delivery, enhancing efficiency, and of identity records. Mr. Matembo added that once fully rolled out, the digitalization project will enable Zambians, including those living abroad, to apply for identity documents online. Addressing concerns raised by some Zambians in the diaspora, expressed disappointment with what he described as unfounded claims that ministry officials in missions abroad nationals in obtaining identity documents. Mr. Matembo made the remarks during a courtesy call on the Zambian embassy in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, where he is leading Zambia's delegation to the Eastern and Southern Africa Anti-Money Laundering Group, 50th Task Force of senior officials and 25th as well as the Earth Public Private Sector Dialogue Forum. Meanwhile, charged Zambian Embassy, His Excellency Tom Michelo has urged the Ministry of Home Affairs to engage the Ethiopian government on implementing the Joint Permanent Commission of Cooperation signed in 2017. The Media Owners Association of Zambia MOAS has congratulated Mr. Webster Malindo on his appointment as the new Director General of the Independent Broadcasting Authority (IBA). In a statement, MOAS President Costa Mwansa says the appointment marks a significant milestone in Mr. Malindo's career and reflects his expertise and dedication to the broadcasting industry. Mr. Mwansa notes that the association is eager to work with Mr. Ido in addressing long-standing challenges. He emphasizes that the BA plays a critical role in regulating the industry, promoting pluralism and diversity, and ensuring compliance. Mr. Mwansa further expressed optimism that under Mr. Malido's leadership, the IBA will foster stronger collaboration between the authority, media houses, and other stakeholders.
The Media Owners Association of Zambia would like, first of all, to congratulate the newly appointed Director General of the Independent Broadcasting Authority, Mr. Webster Malido. We believe that with his experience and his expertise, Webster greatly add to the discourse and obviously collaborating with players such as ourselves in finding solutions to challenges such as aspects of improving the media business environment towards achieving media sustainability. We're also looking forward under his tenure, we will finally see the repealing and the enactment of a new IBA Act that will obviously suit and adapt to tailor to latest technological and media trends. We're living in a time now that media is not just about mass broadcast, but we look at aspects surrounding artificial intelligence, online and social media platforms. These also bring about challenges of.
And in other news trending this afternoon, Small and Medium Enterprise Development Minister Elias Muvanga has disclosed that compliance levels among cooperatives in filing annual returns at the end of each financial year have remained alarmingly low, making it difficult for the government to assess their performance and operational status. Aspiring Chingola Central constituency candidate Muvanga Chimumbwa has said the recently concluded 75th World Health Organization meeting could not have come at a more critical time, particularly as many countries, including Zambia, grapple with growing health sector funding challenges. Next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Energy expert Boniface Zulu has described the launch of Zambia's electricity open access framework as a commendable step toward liberalizing the country's energy market and empowering independent power producers. However, he cautions that while open access is necessary, it is not sufficient on its own. Engineer Zulu stated open access is a bridge, but without the foundation of cost-reflective tariff, it leads nowhere. He has emphasized that Zambia's electricity subsector is rather at critical juncture. The country must now choose between economic realism and continuing a path of regulatory cosmetics that obscure the actual cost of power generation, transmission, and distribution. Engineer Zulu has pointed to the 2021 cost of service study, which highlighted the unsustainability of current electricity tariffs and projected that more than 14 billion United States dollars in investment would be needed by 2040 to meet growing demand. He says despite this, there has been reluctance to implement cost-effective pricing, the very mechanism that could unlock the necessary investment.
Bitter pill Zambia must swallow, a core energy truth and transformation. The launch of Zambia's electricity open access framework is a commendable step towards liberating the energy market and empowering independent power producers. But let us not be deceived by the optics of progress. Open access, while necessary, is not sufficient enough. It is a bridge, but without the foundation of cost-reflective tariffs, it leads nowhere. Zambia's electricity subsector is at a crossroads. We either choose economic, continue down the path of cosmetic regulation that masks the truth or cost of power generation, transmission, and distribution.
Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And in foreign news, a Thai court has removed PM Peter Kogan Shinatwar from office over a contentious leaked phone call with Cambodia's former leader. In the clip, Shinawatra could be heard calling Han Se uncle and criticizing the Thai army. Shinawatra apologized after the leak, saying it was a negotiating tactic to mend relations over a worsening border dispute. The country's deputy prime minister will replace Shinawatra before a new vote is held for prime. Shinawatra is now the fifth leader since 2008 to be dismissed by the court, plunging Thailand into uncertainty yet again. And in sports news, Jose Mourinho has left Israel as Fenerbahce boss just after over a year. The Portuguese departure comes 2 days after the Turkish club were eliminated from the Champions League playoffs by Benfica. In a statement, Fenerbahce said Mourinho had parted ways with the club before thanking the 62-year-old for his efforts. Mourinho, who clubs including Chelsea, Manchester United and Tottenham, guided Fenerbahce to second in the league during his sole season in charge, but his tenure was punctured by controversy. And now, the weather.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Luapula, northern Muchinga, eastern Copperbelt, central Lusaka, southern, western, and northwestern provinces, sunny, slightly windy and warm to hot. Maximum temperature is ranging between 27 and 35 degrees Celsius. The evening will have clear skies, windy at times, and warm. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. The Lusaka City Council has reminded those and traders to adhere to the ultimatum issued on 27th July 2025, which requires them to cease trading from road reserves by 30th August 2025. The Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security has commenced the digitalization of services under the Department of National Registration, Passport and Citizenship to safeguard data and improve access to information. And finally, a Thai court has removed Prime Minister Peter Shinawatra from office over a contentious leaked phone call with Cambodia's former leader. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Apple out of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio, My name is Lance Sannie. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.